don't know, I like to make songs out of everything because life is a song. Hello everybody, how are you guys? Oh, it is Saturday and it is our weekly meeting and relaxed chat. Yes, do you guys like my glitter? I have glitter here and I'm supposed to have glitter here, but I have more gel than anything, and then I have more, I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, I do know. It's what is that? It's blush, more blush than anything. So excuse my imperfections. Hello there, whoever is logging in, say hello and tell me where you're from. I really love deep conversations because I can get to be myself and we can just talk all the crap we want. Hi, Gabrielle. Hello. Today's topic, I'm actually really looking forward to this topic. And also, by the way, I just, I'm gonna state it here. I guess I'll just wait a little bit too. But I'm gonna state it already that deep conversations is not just going to be like this thing that, oh nice, you're from Virginia and live in New York, nice. I flew out of New York. I'm very proud of that. I flew out of New York when I moved from the United States to Costa Rica. So that's actually, I'm proud of that because the thing is that basically I'm from Florida and I had a road trip and I was able to hang out in New York and in Connecticut for a little bit. And the reason why I'm so proud of it is because I flew out of a place that was not my home, that was out of my comfort zone, and I was able to get like all my paperwork ready and together, especially like my dog's paperwork, and I flew out with no problems, and so that makes me feel very proud. Because a lot of people are like in Costa Rica, they're like, oh, so where you're from? And I'm like, oh, I'm from Florida, and they're like, oh, okay, you're like right there, and I'm like, like I'm not just right there, I'm a few hours. And I also flew out of New York and I was in a completely different state of mind. I was completely out of my comfort zone and I took a huge chance and a leap and I got all my paperwork together. It wasn't a whole lot, but I still had to do things and prepare my mindset, prepare everything, like my luggage, everything. And I had to take that leap and getting on the airplane going over here, and it was one of the scariest things I've ever done. I actually made a video about it. I don't know how the hell I made a video about it, but I made a video about the experience and I'm super proud of that. So that's really cool. Yay! And I hope that you guys are doing much better in New York from the last time that I was there. Yeah, exactly. I did it. Right. It was nerve-wracking. Oh my God. So I had to do like this paperwork for Chloe, and I was really nervous. I was like, here's my paperwork, because I'm like, oh shit, it's the day of flying. What if I'm missing a paper or a vaccination or something, a certificate? And no, I had everything in order and everything came on time and it was great. I was still having visions and dreams that said that everything was gonna happen right on time, but your body is still reacting to the anxiety. My body was still anxious and nervous. So yeah, I was still nervous. So yeah. And as I was gonna mention before I started talking about leaving from New York, deep conversations, today's topic and all topics, I just want to kind of lay it out there for newcomers and viewers. If you're logging in, let us know where you're from. I really love to see, how international this little show can be. Hello, Anders. Oh, so good to have you here. Thank you. And deep conversations is not just going to be as it's conversations. I want this to be as interactive as possible. It's not just going to be based on just this one topic. This is going to be the main topic. Sure, the relationship between the inner child, the ego, and the soul, and However, this is the time for me to express and get to know my viewers and get to answer any of your questions. So this is non-scripted completely. I am not abiding by this one subject and this one thing. And I just want to make that clear with you all and clear with my viewers. So if you are here and you're hanging out here, it's because you want to interact with me. You want to get to know what is life like in wherever I am or whatever I'm going through, and how we can all connect and progress in our lives, and also learn about today's subject. So, okay, I'm gonna take a little break. Hi. I have my Bella over here. My most beautiful thing, I'll show you. Yes, look at this wonderful girl. Oh no, now I messed up there we go. All right, we're back in action. So, did you guys watch last week's episode on the vaccine, on the vac? And if you did, give me a thumbs up in any way you like. Let me know if you watched it. And if you did also, what did you guys think of it? What did you think about that episode? That episode, to be honest with you, was extremely vulnerable for me. I was extremely open. I think this is why I love my platform, because I can do that. And then in the end, I was channeling the Pleiadians. I had no idea that I was gonna channel the Pleiadians. But actually, you know what? Before I start, I'm gonna do just a quick prayer, just to center myself and make sure that I speak my truth and nothing but my truth. Awesome. What did you guys think of it? Let me know. It's a complicated subject, right? I watched it again and I almost saw myself contradicting myself. But I believe that only, like, in a way, it seems like I was contradicting myself. But in a way, I can see that I wasn't contradicting myself. I believe that it's about practicing your free will. And if it doesn't feel right for you, then practice your free thought and your free will until you feel secure enough to do so. And that's what I'm practicing. And that's what I think we should all practice. And we need to respect people's decisions and opinions. So, and then of course the end message was like, you know, the Pleiadians were saying, oh, you are safe, right? And then after that, I thought to myself, okay, well, they're saying that you are safe, that you, whatever choice you make is your choice, but we all know what's going on with the vaccine. You know, we all know what's going on with it's phase 2, right? So then you say, well, how we live in a quantum world, so I'm digging deep. So I'm like, well, how safe are they really, you know? And the reality, here's the crazy reality about that. The reality is that we all have different paths. So whatever path you choose is the right path for you. And that path may lead to, I mean, it's not really, I don't want to think about it as you guys, the viewers, but, you know, if people are meant to get sick from the vac, that's on them. You know, that's their path. You know, think about that. That's pretty powerful. That's on them. Yesterday, I just decided, I haven't really done much research on it. I'm in Costa Rica. I'm in a position where I don't really need to think about it so much. But yesterday I was going through the comments in Instagram from an influencer that she was very proud that she did it. And it's really, one comment really stood out for me because it was from somebody from Romania. And this person said that in Romania people believe that it doesn't exist. Like, they're not abiding by any of the rules. They're not wearing their masks. They're not doing anything. People that have taken it the few people have taken it have gotten sick and things like that. Another lady talked about, so that was pretty impactful. Another lady talked about how because how she knows multiple people that have taken it and they've had miscarriages, so there is a warning for that. And then there's another person that was several other people that were talking about how, because they're saying, well, it's safe to breastfeed, and they're saying, and then other people said, well, no, not really, we don't really know that, we don't even have like data more than a year, we barely have any data. And then somebody said, well, yes, but we have been working with vaccines from mRNA for a long time now, so this is not necessarily like, yeah, it's a new vaccine, but it's not really like a new technology, it's just a new technology that is out. So it's a lot of like, whoa, like, you know, push and pull. I think that we're all here to choose our destinies and we have to respect each other's choices. That's what I believe, you know. I asked Spirit, I'm like, Spirit, do you want me to take it? And they're like, no. So for now, I keep getting a no. But who knows? Maybe in the future, I'll get a yes. Maybe because I keep hearing that it's going to change. So, you know, we'll see. So that's that for Deep Conversations from last week. What do you guys think? You know, what do you think? Today's, you know, moving forward, I still want to hear your opinions, of course. Keep it friendly, keep it open, like I've been keeping it friendly and open. Today's Deep Conversations and today's topic, I think that, and I really truly hope that a lot of you are going to like it and are going to get so much out of this. And honestly, if you want to bring a paper and pen, please do so, because the information that I will deliver today is going to be pretty priceless and it's going to be really amazing. Actually, hold on, let me just do my prayer. Thank you, God, so much for letting me be here in this time and space and connect with my audience. I call upon my higher self, the Holy Spirit, to speak through me. Let me speak my truth and nothing but my truth, activating my heart and my throat to its highest level, activating all channels to their highest level. And let this episode get to the right people that are ready to receive this information. In the name of the Holy Spirit, my higher self, in the name of the universe and God. Amen. So I've been learning some amazing stuff when it comes to the soul, the ego, and all this stuff. And the information that I'm going to give you is information that I haven't quite learned anywhere else, and it just makes so much sense. Oh my God, you guys, it makes so much sense. And this is the future of psychology. This is the future of healing, and it's really awesome. It's really awesome. So the people that are watching this, you know, I am hoping that these are people that I'm hoping that you guys are very high vibrational people. I believe that wholeheartedly, because if not, the universe wouldn't lead you to watch this, right? And yes, this is relatively a small YouTube channel, and I thank you for that. I thank you for just being here and spending time and listening to the information. I realized that some of the most amazing teachers are like most elevated teachers are still, it's like our information is so like in the future, that this is part of the reason why some channels take a longer time to grow, because it is literally technology. I mean, even like when in an invention like the car invention, right? The invention of the car, a certain type of car, the electric car or something like that. Like these inventions were created like way beyond years ahead before the actual how do you say that? Before the population started to catch on. So, yeah, I believe that this is why a lot of these channels that deliver interdimensional information, futuristic information, we have a harder time growing because there's still a lot of people that are asleep in that sense. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Abundance is everywhere, and I'm just glad that there are people that that I can connect with. So the biggest takeaway that I've been learning a lot lately has been the inner child relationship. Your inner child is literally, it's like a triangular network in your body, and you're in the biggest thing, like the most like amazing thing that I'm getting like a yep. It's a triangular network in the body. What is the triangular network in the body? And another thing is, there are a lot of things that are triangular in this universe, like these relationships, the father, the son, the father, son, and the Holy Spirit, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Trinity. That's considered a form of the Trinity, and then there's another one. Oh, I can't think of it right now, but I'm gonna give you another Trinity. Another Trinity that I've been learning is the inner child, ego, and soul relationship. Inner child, ego, and soul relationship, and it's literally a network, a triangular network in your body, and they're all interconnected, and they're all kind of the same thing. They're the same thing. That is the biggest thing that I've been learning. Your inner child, your ego, and your soul are the same thing. I mean, in a way you can say, well, yeah, they're the same thing because we're all one, right? Yeah, you can say that, we're all one, they're all the same thing. But, and also and then, yeah, it's my mind is going off right now, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. They're all the same thing. So, and then the inner child, this is so cool. The inner child is also your body. The inner child is your body. So if you're having a hard time manifesting things, if you're having a hard time, if you're having a hard time manifesting, if you've been feeling stuck, or whenever you are stuck, right? Whenever there's a void in your life. So what is a void? A void means that there is a something that feels like it's empty, like it's missing, right? So an example would be all of a sudden your income streams dry up. That's a void. That's the universe creating a void for you. And when that happens, you have to take a look at what does it feel like? What is it that I need to let go? You have to ask yourself, what do I need to let go? What do I need to face? And what does this feel like? This void. What is this reminding me of? This is what I ask a lot of my clients. And it really, 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 especially if you're trying to make money, if you're trying to have more abundance in your life. So it's not just about making money, but it's about having abundance of friends, abundance of opportunities, abundance of money, abundance of just having good things in your life, right? So you have to ask yourself, what is this one thing what is it that I'm having a hard time letting go? Because voids are created because there is something that we need to let go of. And many times it's also more than one thing. And it's all connected. It's all connected to the inner child. It's not just really connected to the soul. The soul it's but it's hard to explain because it's like, well, the soul is the inner child. The soul is the inner child. And I kind of already knew that. I knew that because we need to have a relationship, a really good relationship. Like if you want everything in life, if you want alignment in your life and just feel safe overall, safe does not mean that you're feeling scared all the time. Safe means you're not really feeling anxious, or that anxiety just helps you understand that you are moving somewhere. Safe means knowing that you are in alignment with the things that you want, right? So yeah, it's about understanding that you have to have a really nice and deep relationship with your inner child, and then that is how you can begin to get more answers into what is the void that you need to you need to dive into, or release things that we have to release. So I'll give you an example. Not so long ago in meditation, maybe like about, I don't know, maybe a week ago, or I want to say almost 2 weeks ago, I was in meditation, and I've been really, really, really cultivating the relationship with my inner child. I'm going to dive deep into the things that I've been going through on a personal basis so you guys can understand, and Spirit wants me to talk about these things. They're not necessarily that easy to talk about, but in deep conversations, somehow I feel a lot more safe to talk about them. So I have discovered through ascension and healing, I've also discovered, and becoming a psychic medium, full-on psychic medium, I have also discovered the truth about my family, and I've talked about it before, right? With that, I've been recovering memories of child sexual abuse. With that, I've been recovering memories of child neglect. So those have been pretty disappointing memories to recover. One of the reasons why I'm recovering them now is because I'm also strong enough to handle them. So if you are being called to heal right now, if you've gone through similar things, which a lot of the population, the human population, has gone through similar things. From what Spirit has shown me, it's about 80% of the population. 80% of the population has, in some way, shape, or form, have been touched in an appropriate way. And if this is something that is laying in the back of your head and it keeps kind of popping up, boop, boop, especially when you're happy, or when you feel like you're getting somewhere in life, that is your spirit, that is your soul and your inner child asking for you to heal, face, and release so you can elevate, right? So this is why I've been recovering these memories. Many of my clients that I've worked with have also gone through some form of experience in that way, and they are like, but why does it happen whenever I'm having a good time? Whenever I'm having a good time, it just pops up. And I tell them that's because you are ready for the next step. You are ready to integrate more of yourself. You're ready to heal more of yourself. So we believe that being happy means that we have already left it behind, and we're never gonna think about that again. And if it hasn't been integrated, it's going to pop up. So that's kind of what happened with me. I've been working on myself for a very long time, and then all of a sudden these very strong memories began to surface. And I remember asking Spirit, why now, And Spirit told me, well, it's because you're strong enough to handle them now. And I was like, wow, okay. And I really was, and I really am. And because I even though I have been going through post-traumatic stress, it's so interesting. And I think this is why I love mental disorders and psychology and spirituality, because the mind is split. The mind is split. And I began to dive deep into this other aspect of myself that felt abandoned, that was abused, and I needed to make a stronger connection with this aspect of myself that I had no idea that it existed. And not so long ago, my inner child, as I've been cultivating this relationship, my inner child was able uh, to tell me in meditation that she was the one that was blocking me from love. And she was the one that was also blocking me from money. And I was like, ah, because it's like I almost got upset. And I think I got upset because it's like, yeah, it was this whole other aspect of my consciousness that was blocking me and that can block you from opportunities. And then all of a sudden I started going back in my mind and I realized, oh, this moment in time was blocked and this moment in time was blocked and I could have done something, could have, would have, should have. And yeah, it's amazing. And it doesn't matter how much, even EFT, it doesn't matter how much EFT you can do, how much meditation you can do, if you do not begin to cultivate a relationship with your inner child will not unblock you and will not give you the blessings that you need in life in order to progress. So this is like even, yeah, I really had to like go into a process of like feeling kindness for my inner child, because it was this whole other aspect of my mind that was neglected, that she herself was blocked. So I had to like have compassion for myself, and then I had to have like compassion for this other aspect of myself that was blocked. And I realized, holy shit, there are so many humans out there that are walking around and they have the same split. Like it's basically a dichotomy. Ooh. Oh, Chloe. If you hear somebody snoring, then that's my doggy. It's basically a dichotomy that we have. It's like another great way of expressing this is like when you really want to talk to someone, but you don't, because they're gonna, like, all of a sudden you want to talk to someone and say hello and get to know someone, but then you're like, oh no, because they're gonna think I'm stupid, or they're gonna think I'm weird. You know, it's like you have one pedal in the gas and one pedal in the brake, and that is a split of consciousness. Like you really want to do something, but no, you don't do it. Or this happens, you guys, this happens so much in relationships. Like it doesn't even have to be loving relationships. It could be family relationships, it could be friendship relationships, it could be relationships at work. You know how it also blocks us too? It blocks us like when we're trying to get a raise, when we're trying to tell the universe exactly what we want. So another thing that my inner child was able to show me was how my mother really, I always wanted to be like a good kid, a good child. And so my mother would always say, no, there's not enough money. Like, don't ask me for money. So she would kind of always say, don't ask me for money. And it translated in my adult life of, you know, not asking too much from people, or not asking even too much from myself. Like, it's like it's hard, but it's almost like becoming complacent to the things that you have and being afraid to ask for more. So when it comes to like even raising my prices, at one point, like I was having a hard time, and I realized that was all my inner child feeling like no, I can't, you know, like just feeling that anxiety of like, I can't have it, I'm not allowed to have it, I was told that it wasn't right to have it, you know. And this is why we need to take about literally at least 5 minutes a day to connect with our inner child within. So it's very important when you wake up, just literally touch your heart, because your inner child resides in your heart, all these heavenly connections, you can say, they reside in your heart. And it's very important to touch your heart and talk to this other aspect of yourself that is the inner child. So I talk to my inner child in the form of Gabby, because that was my childhood name growing up. My middle name is Gabriella, so I call her Gabby. I was called Gabby. So every day I wake up and I say, "Hi, Gabby," and I get a hi. It's so crazy. It's crazy because it's like a hi that is not mine. You know, it's literally another person speaking to me, like, "Hi," and I'm just like, "Oh, hello." I love you. How are you? Are you okay? And I just spent a little bit of time with her in that sense, and I've been able to cultivate this relationship. And it's almost like it's about integrating your mind. It's about integrating all the aspects of yourself that feel lost, that feel abandoned. And Iris, as the adult Iris, as the parent Iris, I don't feel that way. I am happy-go-lucky. I am extremely optimistic. I am connected. I am all these things. But then there's like the break. There's this break that says, no, wait, you know. And that break is that inner child part of myself that that was stopping me from things and stopping me from just being more free. So that's can anybody relate to what I'm saying? You know, if you could give me, if you relate to what I'm saying, you know, give me a thumbs up. And it wasn't like, it's not something that, how can I say it? It's not something that, it's a relationship that you have to cultivate. It's not something that you can cultivate it just in meditation. There you go. It's not something that you can cultivate it just in meditation. It's not something that you can cultivate it just in, like also doing EFT. Like, I love EFT. All my clients know it. I've already done a couple of videos on it. Like, I love it because it really helps you access your subconscious mind. But your inner child is the innocent aspect of yourself that will bless you or will block you. And it is also your ego. Your inner child is your ego. You know how your inner child is your ego? Holy shit. Your inner child is your ego because your inner child, your ego is the wounded child. Your ego is the part of ourselves that is constantly trying to defend and constantly trying to protect you. And your inner child is that part, is that aspect of yourself. It's like basically the bad kid, but I don't want to say bad kid. It's the wounded kid, the kid that closes up, the kid that becomes defensive, the kid that is inflexible, the kid that doesn't like to be flexible. And that's what the inner child is. Is the kid that doesn't like to be flexible, the kid that likes to protect you from pain. That's what the ego does. It protects us from pain. You know how it also protects us from pain? Through addictions. Through addictions. There's a certain threshold as humans that we how can I say it? That we have. Like, there's a certain threshold that we just don't cross. And then all of a sudden the inner child comes in and gives you a coping mechanism. The coping mechanism is social media. The coping mechanism is an addictive behavior, drugs or alcohol. Because we are not willing to feel a certain level of pain, and the inner child knows that. So that it gives you a coping mechanism. That's some pretty amazing stuff. However, it still blocks you from blessings. And I'm going to tell you guys something. The root of all addictions, the root of all behaviors, the trauma that we have to heal the most, is loneliness. is loneliness. And loneliness begins in childhood. Loneliness doesn't begin in adulthood. So all of our addictions and all of our addictive behaviors stem from a very deep sense of the fear of loneliness that was experienced in our childhood, and then our inner child, our egos, the wounded child, is trying to protect you, so it gives you a coping mechanism through an addiction or an addictive behavior. Also, addictive behaviors can be like always having been in a relationship, whether you truly love the person or not. So that's really, really interesting stuff. Really, really interesting stuff that I've been learning. And as I'm in meditation, I connect with this other little self of mine, and she gives me information. I also found another vlog that is amazing, because I was getting this information and I was like, what? And then I found this other vlog from this other light worker, and she was pretty much talking about the same thing that my inner child was telling me, and I was like, holy shit, this is insane. It's not just about the positive affirmations. It's not just about like meditation I teach meditation, guys. I freaking love it. Meditation is how you can access your inner child as well. You can just silence your mind, silence your body, and then begin to talk to your inner child and ask questions. So I'm a big believer of that. But I was noticing in certain EFT techniques just weren't working for me anymore. And I'm here like, what is going on? Like, what are the deeper beliefs? What is going on? I want to get deeper on this. And then that's when I started connecting with my inner child. I've been cultivating this relationship for a long time, but I didn't quite see the, how do you say it? The importance of it till now. Yeah. Crazy. And there's more. Oh my God, there's so much more. Well, I don't want to say there's so much more, but there's more. Okay, so another thing that I want to share with you guys about the inner child, ego, and soul relationship. So your inner child, how can I word this? Yeah, like if you want to make more money in life, if you want to be more in the flow of life, it doesn't have to be money, but I'm saying because it's just easier to, like money, love and money are the two primal forces that run this planet. Money is the physical form of love, and love is the non-physical form of love. So this is why, let's get real about this. It's love and money, the two most important forces in this planet. So if you want to create more of those abundance, what was I gonna say? Your inner child needs to be happy. You have to cultivate a happy relationship with your inner child. What exactly, I know I said this before, but what exactly does that mean now that we're doing this? Well, you constantly have to speak to yourself and go towards your desires. I'll give you another example of mine. I kept getting sick. For the past few months, especially being here in Costa Rica, I kept getting sick in my stomach. And I couldn't understand why. And especially in my lower stomach, like digestion issues and all that stuff. And I'm here trying to be a good psychic medium, and I'm trying to not eat meat. And I noticed that whenever, it took me a long while, guys. It wasn't just like immediate. It took me a good few months to really understand this, because I do eat meat, but I eat very little of it. And then I thought that I can go to the next level and just like begin to cut more meat, and it also saves me money, and I really like vegetables. So I was like convincing myself from all these different angles, and I noticed that I just kept getting sick. And so I remember at one point that I was like, okay, I'm like, oh, like I was like bloated, I was gaining weight, and I was like, what the hell is going on up in here? And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna eat more vegetables. And I got more sick. And that's when I realized, holy shit, I need to stop eating so many vegetables. And then that's when I finally had the dream, and I dreamt that I was eating ground beef, and yeah, and I ate ground beef, and everything just went away. But here's the crazy part about it, is that I thought I was doing the right thing by spirit, because I thought that they didn't want me to eat ground beef. I thought they didn't want me to eat beef, because they kind of mentioned that. But what, now looking back, I just needed to have a better balance between my meat intake and my vegetable intake, because my inner child, first of all, I'm still healing. I'm still trying to connect with this aspect of myself that is still not in full alignment, right? I'm still like integrating the past with the present. So my inner child needs to feel love and comfort. So I needed to eat those things that made me feel more balanced. And that was meat. As soon as I started eating chicken, it's like all my problems went away. All my digestion problems completely went away. I actually lost weight. I went back to like my original weight that feels right for me. And I realized, holy shit, this was my inner child the whole time, telling me that I need and also I was feeling like irritable. I wasn't feeling that grounded. I wasn't feeling that safe, and it's all the inner child relationship. Whew. So, and it's just and things begin to just feel better and more flowy in my life, not just on the inside, but it also reflects on your outside. So this is one way. So in other words, go for your desires. Okay, I kept thinking to myself like, okay, don't eat meat, whatever. And it's like, no, I really wanted to eat meat. I just needed to understand that this is where I'm at right now. And that happens a lot also with people that are trying to lose weight. That happens a lot also when it comes to certain desires. Like, we want desires and we're constantly trying to like, no, we can't do this, and no, we can't do that. And that's childish. Oh my God. A lot of people that are repressed and trying to get unstuck. I see this in my clients. I even when we start doing EFT and trying to connect with that inner child, you could tell that they feel uncomfortable. You could tell that they're like, oh, I'm talking to myself, like what? That means that they really got to work on establishing the relationship with that aspect of themselves that they have to love and parent. So yeah, I'm learning, like, nothing that I ever put is done because I learned it in a book, Everything that I put out is because I'm learning it firsthand, and then I'm getting confirmations later on about it, and then I see it, of course, in the people that I'm working with at the time. So I'm like, damn, it has to be like a trifecta. And it takes a little bit of time, but imagine just speaking to yourself in a loving way. Imagine how much more abundance you can have in your life if you just speak to yourself in a loving way and not call yourself stupid. Because when you call yourself stupid, your inner child hears that, and she thinks that you're calling her stupid, and you kind of are. Right when you say, God, this is so stupid, even when you say this is so stupid, you're calling your inner child stupid. So it's really like learning how to be very loving, be unconditionally loving to yourself, and live from the heart. Hi, yes it is. Where are you from? Where are you from? If this is making sense to you guys, then, give me a thumbs up. And also, you know, if you want to dive deeper into your situation and how you can connect even deeper, don't hesitate to send me an email, iris@universaliris.com, or check my website and book a session, a one-on-one session. And see, and also, you know, my healing programs if you really want to break away and just get unstuck from this crap. So it's pretty amazing stuff. Pretty amazing stuff. This week I didn't throw out any videos because I've been adjusting to a new schedule, and my spirit just didn't feel like doing it. I'm adjusting to teaching meditation. Ah, I'm so excited. Oh, you guys. This girl that I did a session with, she's a beautiful, beautiful person. She, the other day, she came, like I live in a hotel hostel property, and it's exactly what my spirit needed because there's a sense of community here. And by the way, we all need community because it's like family. And because I needed to get away from my toxic family. By the way, I have no hard feelings for my family. Like, I really don't. Every day I try to work on having compassion for them. And but I also needed to learn to remove myself from toxicity. Oh my God, that's so cool. Wow, that's a new one. South Africa. Mwah. Thank you, thank you. I really needed to move away from toxicity, and I did it in a loving manner. It was hard at first because I was confused, but I still need to move to Costa Rica and be here. And I have found a sense of community here, which is a sense of family. And what do you think that's gonna do to your soul, to your inner child? It's gonna do amazing things, amazing things. So I am so happy to be here. And anyway, there was this guest here that I did a session with, and she told me, she left and she came back and she told me, she's like, you know, you have a life that most people want. You know that, right? Like, you know that a lot of people want your life. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. I guess you're right. And she's like, yeah, girl, yeah. And I have to step back sometimes, and I have to be like, damn, I'm really doing it. You know, this is a 5-year dream, guys, or 6-year, I think now. 6-year vision, 2-year process, and I'm doing it, and it just feels so good. You know, I still go through my ups and downs because every day I'm learning something new. Every day I'm like discovering new parts of my mind, spirit, and letting myself be guided to new situations. Every day is truly a mystery, and it feels amazing. And I really would love, and I really love to help other people open up to their destiny, because all of our destinies are wonderful. You know, when you begin to align with your destiny, all of a sudden, it doesn't matter what other people are doing. Like, you're happy where you're at, or at least you have some high level of satisfaction, you know. And yeah, so I don't know, I just throwing that in there. And you know, I have to consciously, I still go through my struggles, you know, I still go through my ups and downs, especially, you know, with the whole PTSD from, you know, the parts of myself that were abandoned, the parts of myself that were abused. And I have to be open about that, especially in my channel. Hi, Fran! Oh my God, I love me, Fran. How are you, my love? Thank you for the other comment. Oh, you know what, guys? So I don't know, I'm doing this through my phone, but I have what is called Super Chat now. So if you want to support this channel, you're always welcome to support it through Super Chat. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know exactly how it all works, but maybe you do have like some sort of option where you can, let me see, where you can support this channel. And support this chat, and yeah, you know, I don't have a laptop. My laptop got burned. like not burn physically, like burn from the inside. And check this out. This is so crazy. I was doing a Jesus Christ prayer, and I was channeling negative energy, and I had my MacBook Air, and I had it open, and I had a picture of like Jesus Christ and everything. I love me some Jesus. And from a galactic perspective, I love Jesus. And I was learning how to channel like negative energy, because there was like a lot of, oh, that was them. There was just I was just going through a period where I was learning how to channel negative energy. And so I had the, my thing, Jesus and everything, and I'm here doing like this prayer, and I'm like, if it's not from the highest good, get out, and blah blah blah, get out. All of a sudden, there has to be a sacrifice. So if you didn't know that, there has to be, ooh, I feel it right here. There has to be a sacrifice. So all of a sudden, the power just blows up on my laptop. It just goes, and the laptop died. It totally died. So I am left with my phone, and I make money out of my phone. How cool is that? Like, so I love it when people call me the girl from the future. People are like, oh, so you're the girl from the future. And I'm like, yes, I am the girl from the future. Yes. We're not making money out of our laptops anymore. We're making money out of our phones, right? Everything that I can do in my laptop, I can do it in my phone. And this is the coolest part. And I had just finished like updating my website. You guys, I had just finished like updating my website and looking all cute and stuff. And then boom, the laptop just dies, and in a prayer and with Jesus on it. Of course, now looking back is perfect because everything's already perfect, but it was very confusing at first. And I was like, no, this is gonna turn on, right? And I was like, trying to turn it back on, and I was like, nah, this is gonna turn on. And it didn't. It didn't. So, but that's okay, because when those things happen, it makes you be more of the creator in your life. Like, yeah, it really makes you be more of the creator in your life. You're like, okay, well, if it died, it's not because I need to go and buy a new one. It's because I don't need it. Because I can still create abundance, create money, and have a life and a lifestyle through this other device that I have, which is my phone. So be very aware of those things. Okay, so what's another thing? Okay, so the last part that I want to, hold on, let me take a break. If you're enjoying this conversation, give me a thumbs up, guys, and don't forget to share it with people that you would believe that would find it helpful. Thank you. I'm gonna have to, I feel like I just got inspired, and maybe I'm being told at the same time that I need to talk more about channeling negative entities out of the body and the system and the place that you're at. This is something, yeah, they're telling me, yeah. I just felt that, that thing in the head. Yeah. Every week I feel the inspiration. What is it that I need to talk about? And this week they told me, you have to talk about the relationship between the ego, the soul, and the inner child. What I want to end this with is, I want to, if you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate on writing me your questions. I love to interact with you guys. But I want to end this with the last major thing I want to end it with is talking about the relationship with the ego. No, sorry, not the ego. The soul, like how the inner child is your soul. So, oh my God, and I also have to tell you, okay, I'll just flow. Sorry, it's a little bit hot. It's hot in her. Oh, and I'm really loving my natural curls, you guys. It's not every day that I can have these curls. I love them, and it just feels so good and fluffy. Oh, so good. I'm having a good hair day, good natural hair day. Okay. So the soul, what the soul is how the soul is connected to your inner child is that your soul is really the innocent and loving aspect of the inner child. Like, it's literally the same thing. So when you make your soul happy, when your soul is happy, is because also your inner child is happy. And this is why we have to do our heart's desires. And many times our heart's desires are gonna feel contradictory to what we're supposed to be doing. So I'll give, they're telling me yes. That's them. They move my body. It's like, yes, you know, say it, girl, say it. And then the fact that I scratch the back of my head is because I feel like that energy just like entering my body. So many times it's gonna feel contradictory because we're not present enough. So like your inner child is that aspect, and your soul is, it's like the soul is the non-physical parent of the inner child. And it's like this beautiful relationship that is just like, it's like this cord that is connected. And so basically, when you just listen to your soul or to your inner child that it says, I want to take a break from working, I want to quit my job, I am having anxiety going to work, I'm having panic attacks. Listen to that. Freaking listen to that, okay? And that is how you will begin to go into alignment with that. And when you listen to that and you act on those things that feel contradictory to what you should do in this earthly experience, sometimes it means watching more. I'm not a big supporter of this, but sometimes it does mean watching more TV and relaxing. You know, sometimes it means more relaxation. And then sometimes you're like, well, but we relax till like, you know, all day on Sunday. And it's like, yeah, because you're exhausted and burnt out and you're not listening to that part of yourselves. So when we begin to listen, that is what makes the inner child happy, which then makes the soul happy. You get what I'm saying? And then boom, the doors open for you in some shape or form. I think that's pretty damn cool. And also, for the spiritual people, this is really important. I'm a little sad that it's in the end that I'm saying this, but there's a reason why, and everything is already perfect. For the spiritual people, we love to be out there. We love to be on psychedelics. We love to get high on marijuana. We love to just be out there. We love to meditate and have out-of-body experiences and be in other realms. We love to daydream, visualize. That's what a lot of, you know, us spiritual people love to do. There's a little problem with that. There's a problem with that. Because your abundance is not out there. Your abundance, whatever abundance you're looking for, your abundance is not out there, guys. Your abundance is in this planet. This is why a lot of spiritual people have. This is one of the reasons, but it's connected to a bunch of other networking reasons why a lot of us spiritual people don't make money. Because we're not grounded. We're like out there too much, you know, even if you're smoking marijuana. We're out there. Our consciousness is not grounded, it's not in our bodies. We don't feel safe enough in our bodies. And especially if you've gone through trauma, we don't feel safe enough. So this blocks a lot of abundance, you guys. And your inner child is your body. Your inner child is literally the body. When we begin to really tune into our bodies and the sensations in each part that we get, and like the twitches, we can all relate to twitches, right? We get little twitches, like, you know, I get them all the time. That is my soul and my inner child guiding me into the next thing that I need to do. You guys, this is fucking huge. This is huge. We need to get grounded into our bodies to manifest more abundance, to feel safe, to feel loved. The problem is that we love to be out there because we connect with God and higher source and other planets and other beings. And yes, all these other beings are made of unconditional love. So they love us too. The problem is that we're having a human experience, an earthly experience, and we need to stay here. We need to find love with the people that we're at. We need to love this planet for the positive and the negative that it brings. We need to accept ourselves for who we are, for what has happened to us. And then we will begin to accept the planet. When we begin to accept the planet, we'll begin to accept our bodies. Things will begin to open up for us even more. Our destinies will begin to take shape and form even more. Yeah. So that's really big, you guys. That's really big. Do you guys have any questions about that? I'll stay on a little bit longer. And again, if you want to get deeper, send me an email, iris@universaliris.com, if you want to understand your own personal journey and want to discover what it is that is truly holding you back, so we can clear it and you can move along. Absolutely. But yeah, this has been amazing. Like, I didn't realize how disconnected to my body I was through unrepressing my memories of childhood abuse. I didn't realize that because, yeah, I was always an athlete. I did a lot of exercise. I like to take care of myself, my body, my looks, and all that stuff. So you would think that I'm grounded enough in my body. But there was this whole other aspect of myself that needed love and attention, and I was completely blocked from that. Looking back, it was supposed to be that way though. Looking back, it was just part of my own personal journey. So if you're being called to unblock yourself, to understand yourself deeper, take advantage of that and go seek the support that you need, the community that you need. Yeah. Yeah, I've had to digest some real strong stuff. So let me know what you guys think. My goodness. But it feels a lot, it feels really good to, even though some of the truths that I've been learning have been a little bit like, damn, there is a positive, there's positivity in it because the connection that I have to myself and the service that I'm able to give to others is so much more. Like, I love seeing people connect dots in their brains and their minds and feel better. And the opportunity that I've been given right now to teach meditation right now, and they're giving me like a lot of freedom. It feels amazing to be able to be given that freedom and to feel and it's almost like a symbiotic healing experience. They heal, I heal, I heal, they heal. So it's really amazing. Of course, it's just 1 hour, but it's so cool. Like, I'm just like scratching my third eye. So yeah, it's really amazing, guys. Oh, let me see, anything else that I want to share with you all? How are you liking this week's deep conversations? I feel like this week's deep conversations is really important. It's really effing important. Because I want you to know that it's not just about the affirmations. It's not just about the EFT. It's about establishing a very loving relationship with yourself and your body. And learning to accept this planet for what it is. This planet is already perfect. You are safe. You are loved. And applying those principles to yourself. And that's a huge way that we can get unstuck. Let me see, anything else? I think that's about it, my loves. It was so good to have you guys. So good for you guys to tune in. And thank you so much. Again, give me a thumbs up if you like it, and share this to anybody that you find this helpful. Don't forget to subscribe. And stay tuned for this week's videos, and of course next week's deep conversations. I'm so looking forward to just keep connecting with you all. I absolutely love it. And yeah, if you want to connect with me even more, you can also follow me on social media. I'm constantly putting stories and motivational things, and I'll catch you guys all next time. I love you all. Mwah.